charging documents allege the duo splits up. One person buys a few inexpensive items at the counter, while the other accomplice grabs items and stuffs them in their clothes.
Okay, boom, viewers, welcome back to the channel. Subscribers, you already know the thing set. We are blessed. And you also know the story ain't complete if Kingmixup ain't on the beat. I'm not gonna lie, people, as you heard in the beginning of the video, it's not a good look, you see what I said, because we got all of the court documents, you see it, and we're going to disclose all of them in this video. I mean, it's not a good look, people. It's more serious than I thought. These people have been, how should I say, watched for some time, at least since September of this year. You see what I say? And this is why the charges are so high, people. Yeah, and the court document is saying Apple is blaming her cousin Romaine and her friend, or his friend, Stephanie. So the streets might look at that as snitching or informing. You see what I say? Them find credit cards and a J, Batty. You see me, about 6 of them. Know what I mean? But before we go into all of that, people, as you know, we was the first one to break the story that Paparazzi Apple has been released from prison jail from bail. And her mother made a comment saying basically, yes, on Uvex. You see, some people putting out a comment section, are you one of those people that's upset that, you know, a paparazzi is out? You see, because it looked like a public attorney is on the case. As you can see in front of you, it might be your taxpayers' money that's dealing with it. Because, you know, she bonded out on things. But nevertheless, people, let's read these court documents, you see me? Because Lululemon don't like them, trust me. They are going the extra mile for them, you know what I mean? Okay, people, these are the court documents. You see what I say? We already know the initial news, you know what I mean? She's being charged for organized retail theft, you feel me? If she's found guilty, 15 years in a jail or a $35,000 fine, you see what I say? Or even both. But what's new is they're charging she and her husband from September to November. Yes, my people. It's more serious than we thought. You feel what I mean? Okay, people. All right. As usual, I'm not going to read out everything for you. You see what I say? I want to kind of press pause on the screen and read for yourself. You know what I mean? This is going to be a lengthy video, but I'm going to read the most important stuff. You see what I say? Because, whoa, I'm not gonna lie to you, it did look like it was a shopping while black incident. You know what I mean? While, you know, we all can relate to that, you know, while driving while black. You see what I say? Because the employees, them didn't notice them teeth and nothing. You know what I mean? But them ring off the alarm, you see what I say? And, you know, they call the police beforehand, you see it. And then when the police come, you know, they said what I said, you know what I mean, racial profile and all of this stuff. So the police let them, you know, walk in and then walk out, and the bus will never go off, you see it. So they was free to go. But here the drama now, people. Officer P noted that he had received a text from a Lululemon employee on November 13th regarding a large theft that had just occurred involving 3 suspects. Officer P was not working at the time he received the text. It was only later that Officer P learned that the theft was from Rosedale Center, Lululemon. You see what I say, on the 13th, and it involved Richards and, you know, and wife. You see what I say, Apple and an unidentified man. You see what I say, an organized retail crime investigator for Lululemon, you know, RP, spoke to Officer P and relayed the information that Richards and Apple and an unidentified man stole 45 items that valued at basically $5,000. You see what I said, at the Roseville store on November 13th. And the RP said that the couple are responsible for hundreds of thousands of dollars in loss in other stores across the county. You know what I mean? The RP explained that the couple later commit fraudulent returns with the stolen items in a different Lululemon stores. The RP also sent, you know, Officer P surveillance video of the, you know, November 13th theft at the Roseville Lemon store. Officer P confirmed Richards and Apple were 2 of the thieves involved in an incident. Number 14th, you know, RP discovered that, you know, Jay and Apple were at a Lululemon in Woodbury and them arrested them. You see what I say? Officers recovered a wallet with different credit card and debit cards with, you know, Jay. had concealed in her Batty. You know what I mean? Jay had a JM Marriott key card in his possession when arrested. Officers recovered elastic waistband from, Apple waist when she was arrested. You see what I say? Boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. In Tucson, you see it, people. Them people are all over the place, You know what I mean? Richards declined a custodial statement. But, Apple went on to chat anyway. You see what I say? Boy, oh boy, oh boy. People will say that she's snitching. But I don't know if these people are real. You see what I say? But nevertheless, she said she denied having been at any of these stores on November 13th. She denied stealing from the stores, and she believes her cousin, Romaine, and a girl named Stephanie were at the store. People putting out the comment section if she have a cousin named Romaine, or if any of these names ring a bell. Isma said she did not know where Richard was on November 13th. She claimed they were only in Minnesota for one day and had been staying where her aunt in Bloomington lives, and not a hotel. But further investigations revealed that Richard had rented a room at the JM Marriott in Bloomington. Hotel employees said Richards had asked to move his checkout time to 4 o'clock on November 14th. Staff checked the room at 4:10 and found 12 suitcases had been left inside the room. Staff checked 3 of the suitcases to see who they belonged to. The suitcases contained Lululemon clothing with their tags still attached. Officers obtained a search warrant for the hotel room and recovered the suitcases and their contents. Officers estimated that the suitcases contained Lululemon clothing worth more than $50,000 US. RP explained that the couple also stole from Lululemon stores in Minnesota during September 2024. The couple stole over $30,000 US worth of Lululemon between September 24 and November 2024. Okay, people, now the RP is going to explain how the couple commit, and actually they're going to explain the 8 to 15 times that they stole. Because I'm a video camera and all of these things on these people, my people. That's some serious thing them involved in, So, like I was saying, because boy, oh boy, people, them said Jay used over like $500,000 per one credit card, But between October 29th and October 30th, documented that, the RP documented 8 theft incidents in Colorado alone involving Jay and Apple and an unidentified woman. The group worked together using specific organized retail crime tactics, such as blocking and distraction of associates to commit large thefts. They selected coats and jackets and held them up as if, they were looking at them in a manner that blocked the view of staff and other guests while they selected and, concealed items. They removed security sensors using a tool of some sort at multiple stores. The RP noted during this investigation, Jay typically entered the store first. Jay made, small purchases, cheap stuff, a pair of shorts and t-shirt. Security sensors were removed from the items, Jay purchased. And then he paid with a credit card. Richards then returned to the store with Apple. They removed a security sensor from another item. They then put the removed sensor back on the item Jay purchased. You see what I say? Now, Apple and the other woman, then they worked together to select and conceal without any regard, to size, price, whatever. Them let's grab. You see what I say? While Jay selected multiple, handfuls of leggings, that he had selected and physically shoved them, up under Apple shirt. You see what I say? They believed that Apple had some type of, some type of tights underneath to hold up all of the clothes that they must shove up there. You see what I say? And they always left the store together. With the woman leading. Most Lululemon stores have security sensors, at the entryways. You see what I said? That beep if the items pass through with the sensors attached. In most cases, based off of the RP's review of the CCTV, something, the sensors at the stores would beep. Now, here what's going on now. Jay would immediately stop, turn back, and go towards the staff, to offer the bag, with his purchase items. Meanwhile, The woman them just continue to walk. You see me? Them just walk away without even turning around. You see my peep. So staff would inspect J, purchase, item and remove the sensor that the thieves had placed on the item. Richards then left. The staff did not attempt to stop, the girl them because them thinks that J bag was, the culprit that set up the sensors. You see me? So very sophisticated business, is it? And people, it gets deeper and more serious. Like, they got a whole bunch of evidence on these people, though. Yo, the way Lululemon are like Apple and J, that me are telling them right now, You see what I say? Because during the 2-day period, people, October 20th and 29th and October 30th, Apple and J were in Colorado. RP documented at least $32 worth of stolen items from that store there, you see me? November 1st. The group reappeared in New York. People, there's a whole heap of work with this thing, so, Apple, them are put in work, you see. Now, back to what I was saying, no, they conducted unverified exchanges, at various stores. So you're saying, what is unverified exchanges? You see it? Well, this is when someone comes in to exchange items without a receipt. For new or different items, the group selected a variety of new items, at this store and brought in everything to the counter. And employees would, proceed with the exchange, is it? For example, say they brought in 12 items that cost $1,875 in total to a store on the East Coast. They would select 11 or so different items to be exchanged at the new store. The total cost for the new items always exceeded the value of the stolen items being returned. For example, say that new items cost $1,925. You see me? They would return the 12 stolen items to the store, and the store would ring up a new purchase for the 11 items. They then paid the $50 difference for the exchange with a credit card. The staff would bag up the 11 items, provided them with a receipt with those 11 items listed on it. The receipt they received from the new transactions reflected, that a credit card had been used as a payment method. The group would then go to another Lululemon store and return all 11 items valued at, $1,925. This time with a receipt they had been, provided during, the exchange, obviously. The entire, $1,925 amount, will be refunded to, the credit card used to make the $50 purchase. You see, RP was able to confirm that some of the items the group stole in Colorado were exchanged. Boy, oh boy, when they returned them in New York. After a few days on the East Coast, the group showed up in Utah on November 6th. Between November 6th and November 7th, the group, committed 7 thefts for more than $21,000 in documented theft. You see, I said their method of operation in Utah was the exact, one that used in Colorado. Now, on November 13th, RP found out, the group was in Minnesota. RP documented 5 thefts on November 13th. 2 in Edina, 1 in Minneapolis, and 1 in Minnetonka, and 1 in Roseville. You see me? The value of the items stolen during the 5 incidents is estimated to be at least $24,000, but it can be probably much higher, is it? Now, they said Apple and J showed up in Roseville and had started their, same process with, J making a purchase and then beginning to conceal items on Apple. Lululemon was able to notify police, and based on CCTV, the two saw police arriving at the store and ditched the items. Police, contacted, them briefly and let them go. RP reports that the group usually travels to an area hitting Lululemon stores for 2 days. They then return to the East Coast to, perform the exchanges and later returns. After a week or so, the group then heads out again to commit more thefts in a never-ending cycle. Jay uses at least 6 different credit cards to process the returns from Lululemon. Lululemon heads out again to commit more thefts in a never-ending cycle. Boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. It sounds like Lululemon died. No, I don't want to laugh, about people, but this is a lot. This is a whole lot to process, you feel me? So like I said, they said they used at least 6 different credit cards. It's to commit more thefts in a never-ending cycle. And he refunded almost 100,000 US dollars to one of his cards. The total amount of money refunded between all 6 cards is close to 500,000 US dollar. Lululemon also suffered a financial loss on the initial theft since those stores during a cycle count when the items are found missing document that products as a financial loss. The total loss to Lululemon, Apple and J and their group identified to be in the millions. And that's just Apple. You see me, I say, only can read the bonding information if you want, you see me. I think they put up the 30,000 or the 200,000, you see me. I'm not really sure, you know what I mean? But only can put in the comment section and tell me, because it's a whole lot, as you can see, my people. But make sure you like this video 1,000 times. You see me, I say, we want to see 1,000 likes, because we're doing, the good work to stop, crime stop. So it's innocent to proven guilty. You see my people. So like the video 1,000 times and share it on all social media platforms. Instagram, WhatsApp, Facebook, and Twitter. You see my Oh, before I forget, new viewers, make sure you definitely subscribe and hit that notification bell, therefore you'll be notified whenever we go live, streaming, or definitely drop, the latest in dancehall news, musical reviews, or gossip. You see my bless.